Good evening and welcome to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. My name is Michael Schumacher, and let's get started. You know what? I forgot that I'm supposed to run this Tanager Open. It lists all of our sponsors, and so we're going to start with that.
It's time for Vermillion Tanagers football on ESPN 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. Brought to you by our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Vermillion, and the following Vermillion Sportscaster Club members: Murph's Appliance, Knudsen Family Dentistry, Runnings of Vermillion, Vermillion Chamber and Development Company, Vermillion Vision Care, Voyage Credit Union, Todd's Electric, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Masaba, Blaine's Body Shop, Clay County Abstract, The Lumberyard, Yankton Thrive, Johnson Feed, Vermillion Medical Clinic, First Dakota National Bank, Kalen's, Fuller Digital Solutions, Thermobond, Intech, Dairy Queen of Vermillion, Farmers Union Insurance, Vermillion Auto Works, Dave's Roofing, Pizza Ranch of Vermillion, and Candy's Couture. Now to the field in the Vermillion Area Chamber and Development Company pregame show with the voice of Vermillion Tanager Athletics, Michael Schumacher.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher. Chad Peterson will be joining me. This is a varsity-only matchup that's set to start at 7 o'clock. I did want to make sure that we got in some interviews. We had some preseason interviews. Sorry about that. We had some preseason interviews early on before the season. Wanted to make sure we got those players all introduced. And so, we've got some stuff that we can play for that. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I had a chance to sit down with Delaney Schmidt, Lexi Hansen, and Taylor Roovers. We also have interviews with both Coach Chad Clay of Ponca and Coach John Brooks of Vermillion. I tell you what, though, first let's take a look at the most recent South Dakota Prep Media polls. Now, there are 2 polls going around this year, so that is one thing that we're going to take a look at. And Vermillion's receiving votes, both boys and girls, so we want to take a look at that. Now, the traditional poll done through Ryan Deal. Then there's a Power 5 poll that's probably a little bit more West River-centric. Not too many differences, though, because honestly, there shouldn't be too many differences. Teams are teams, and we will go with that. But let's take a look first at the boys, and then we'll discuss and deep dive a little bit more at the girls as we will discuss that here. I want to make sure I have the right camera on. Yeah. Vote in third, Roosevelt in fourth at 2-0, and O'Gorman at 1-1 in fifth. Also receiving votes in Class AA, you had Brandon Valley with 17 points, Harrisburg with 9, Rapid City Central with 5, Washington with 3, and Spearfish with 2. So in boys action tonight, Brandon Valley will be taking on Sioux Falls Jefferson. You have Brookings versus T Area. And those are the only 2 games in boys action in AA tonight. So then let's take a look in Class A. Sioux Falls Christian on top with 23 first-place votes. West Central in second with 1 first-place vote. And that's why that Vermillion loss was so impressive, because that is a really good West Central team, considered one of the top 2, 3, 4 in the state. And so Vermillion being able to stay with them like they did, not giving up, even with Luke Jensen fouling out with a few minutes left, Trey Hansen with about 4 minutes, 15 seconds left, cramping up and just definitely being a little bit hobbled coming back in after a few minutes. Vermillion to be within 10 like that is impressive. And I don't even think the 10 points was indicative of how close it was. So Sioux Falls Christian in first with 23 first-place votes. West Central in second with 1 first-place vote. Then you have Clark Willow Lake in third at 1-0. St. Thomas More at 2-0. Lennox at 0-1 in fifth. Groton area, who Vermillion will play that first Saturday of January. I believe that'll be January 3rd or second, one of the two. We'll be there. That should be a tough one. Rapid City Christian, Hamlin, Dakota Valley, and then Vermillion boys went from receiving votes to being 10th. Now we'll see how that affects it. I personally think the game against West Central, depending on how they do against Crofton tomorrow, I think that game against West Central actually might earn them some more votes. Not quite sure. But also receiving votes, you have Madison and Pine Ridge, both tied at 29 points. Winner at 14. Makpia-Luta with 10. Baltic with 8. Britton Hecla with 2. Cheyenne Eagle Butte with 2. Flanger with 1. Parker Marion with 1. And Sioux Valley with 1. And today in boys action in Class A, Pine Ridge out at the LNI tournament defeated Dupree 71-39. In overtime, Cheyenne Eagle Butte defeated Rapid City Christian 58-48. White River defeated Lakota Tech 63-50. With 1 minute to go, Wall leads Little Wound 73-68. You had Sioux Valley and Baltic just tipping off. And then also tonight, Custer and McLaughlin, Bridgewater, Emery, and Bon Homme, McCook Central, Montrose, and Chester, Madison and Lennox, Todd County versus Makpia-Luta, Richland out of North Dakota versus Sisseton, St. Francis Indian versus Crow Creek, Trip Delmont Armour versus Wagner, Parkston versus Chamberlain, Millbank and number 3 Clark Willow Lake, Elk Point Jefferson and Sioux Falls Christian doing battle, St. Thomas More taking on Central out of Wyoming, Beersford versus Flanger, Phillip versus Stanley County, Miller versus Mount Vernon Plankinton, Dual and Redfield, and then Hill City taking on New Underwood. That is the Class A boys action throughout the state. Class B boys poll. Castlewood with 20 points, 20 first place votes, and in first place. Wessington Springs with the first place vote, 1-0. In second, St. Mary's with 2 first place votes in third. Viborg Hurley in fourth. Wall with 1 first place vote at 1-0 in fifth, followed by Lyman, Freeman, Aberdeen Christian, DeSmet, and Bridgewater Emery. Also receiving votes, Esteline Hendricks, Sully Buttes, Parkston, Howard, Leola Frederick area, Woolsey Wessington, and Dubrook area. And in Class B, a whole coterie of games going on tonight. Crazy Horse already beat Takini 88-36. Tehachapi Topa defeated Santee 59-29. Omaha Nation leads Lower Brule 50-39 with 50-39 with 5 minutes to go. Wakpala defeated Tehachapi. Wall leads Little Wound still with 1 minute to go, 73-68. Bridgewater Emery and Bon Homme doing battle. Mitchell Christian and Kimball White Lake. Corsica Stickney, Sanborn Central Woonsocket. McCook Central Montrose and Chester. Freeman taking on Canastota on the road. Harriet Selby area and Fulton area. Andy's, and that one game has been postponed. Sorry. Andy's Central Dakota Christian taking on Gayville-Vollen. That could be seen on Gayville-Vollen Raiders YouTube channel. Zach Spear, the voice of the Bucks and Gazelles, on the call along with Tristan Nelson. Zach will also be on the call from Sioux Falls Lincoln tomorrow night as the Bucks will take on Sioux Falls Lincoln. And then Richland out of North Dakota taking on Sisseton. That game has been postponed. Marty versus Ulrichs at the LNI tournament. Trip Delmont Armour versus Wagner. Esteline Hendricks versus DeSmet. Ipswich and Langford area. Esteline Hendricks and DeSmet has now been postponed as well. That just popped up. Parkston and Chamberlain doing battle. Castlewood and Arlington has just been postponed. James Valley Christian and Ethan. Avon traveling to Centerville. Aberdeen Christian and Leola Frederick area. Phillip and Stanley County. Hill City and New Underwood. And Faith versus Bison. So that's a look at the boys' landscape. Now, let's take a deep dive into the girls' landscape. As right now in Class AA, Brandon Valley with 24 first-place votes on top, followed by O'Gorman, Sioux Falls, Washington, the alma mater of the legendary Katie Crossway, now Katie Crossway Luaday. Sioux Falls Jefferson in fourth, Aberdeen Central in fifth. Receiving votes, Mitchell, Spearfish, Stevens, and Roosevelt. Now, Yankton will be doing battle with Aberdeen Central here in about a week or two. The Gazelles, otherwise, right now they're done through Christmas, so they are done for the Christmas break. The Bucks have that game tomorrow night. So if you take a look at girls Class AA, Brookings and T area, and Sioux Falls, Washington is traveling to Harrisburg tonight. Now, tomorrow in girls AA, Rapid City Stevens and Mitchell. Rapid City Central taking on Huron. Sioux Falls Jefferson versus O'Gorman should be a good one. Spearfish versus Aberdeen Central. and Brandon Valley versus Roosevelt, and Pierre versus Sturgis. So that's a look at the girls' Class AA schedule and rankings. In Class A, things are getting interesting. Makpialuta is on top with 20 first-place votes. Then Lennox, followed by, with 3 first-place votes in second, followed by Hamlin in third, Sioux Valley with 1 first-place vote in fourth, Dakota Valley in fifth. They haven't played yet. They hadn't played yet as of the time of the vote there. Sioux Falls Christian in 6th, Wagner in 7th, Mobridge Pollock in 8th, West Central in 9th, and they had a nice win over Vermillion, but I think, again, I had never been so positive coming off a doubleheader loss. I thought the Vermillion girls showed a lot of improvement from Game 1 to Game 2, and we talked about how Taylor's used to playing with Brooke and Brooklyn and Casey and Madigan and Maya and Janaea and Chandler. So there's that learning curve because a lot of these girls that she's playing with now do not have that varsity experience. So Taylor probably has to pull back just a little bit just to allow the others to catch up. But I think once they're all together and kind of operating on that same plane, I think you're going to see some great things from this Tanager Girls team. I'm excited, and I think we're going to start seeing that tonight. I think they get their first victory of the season tonight. And so I'm excited for that. So West Central, the team they lost to just by 3, was 9th in the Class A poll, and then Flandreau in 10th, followed by receiving votes Canton, Aberdeen Roncalli, Lakota Tech, Miller, Vermillion with 4 points, St. Thomas More, and Pine Ridge. I think Lexi Hansen down there doing some shooting. Get that on the screen for you. Warming up here. And so that's a look at Class A. Let's take a look at the Class A schedule tonight around the state. Sundance out of Wyoming taking on Belle Fourche. Oh, that's tomorrow. I apologize. It did not move me back. So in Class A tonight, it's Ponca versus Vermillion. Lakota Tech versus Omaha Nation. And Lakota Tech won that one by 5. Sioux Valley is leading Baltic 51-16. Wall takes on Cheyenne Eagle Butte. Sioux City West out of Iowa takes on Dakota Valley. Miller is taking on Mount Vernon Plankinton. McCook Central Montrose taking on Chester. Sioux City, Rapid City Christian versus White River. Phillip and Stanley County. Bridgewater, Emory, and Bon Homme. Millbank, Clark Willow Lake. Trip Delmont Armour versus Wagner. Beersford versus Flandreau. Dual and Redfield. Madison and Lennox. Elk Point Jefferson and Sioux Falls Christian. Parkston and Chamberlain. I keep wanting to say Sioux City for some reason. Hill City and New Underwood. Iroquois Lake Preston. Elkton Lake Benton. Wessington Springs and Platte Geddes, Waverly South Shore and Florence Henry, and Aberdeen Roncalli taking on Warner. So that's a look at the most recent South Dakota Prep media poll. When we come back, we'll have some interviews with some of the players, as well as our coaches' interviews, and more coming up on our Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. With Chad Peterson, I'm Michael Schumacher. We'll be right back.
It's funny how life is made up of moments, quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
Fuller Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
Yep. Been interviewed before?
No.
I didn't think so. All right. Like I'm some sort of mad scientist or something. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. And we continue. And in fact, we're going to wrap up our Vermillion Tanager preview for Vermillion Tanager Girls for the 2025-2026 season with one of the new faces. You've been on varsity for a while, but this will be a real elevation in your role. You're a captain now. Delaney Schmidt. Delaney, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, I am great. First interview, right?
Yes.
All right, well, we'll take it easy on you. And you know, I will be reaching out to Coach. We will do a full interview for my show where I ask you icebreakers and all of that. We're going to do that whole 15-minute thing at some point. I won't do that to you today, okay?
Okay.
All right, because I know you got practice to get to. But as you come into this season, this team over the last 2 years has graduated a ton of talent. And you're stepping into a role, not just, okay, now I'm going to become more of a varsity player. You're stepping into this huge leadership role. How much pressure does that put on you?
It's not necessarily like pressure, it's just like trying to make my skills as like an individual player better and stronger so then I can help my team out more and then we can grow as a team and it'll be like a stronger bond and then hopefully win more games.
All right. Well, now obviously, you know, kind of the elephant in the room is that Taylor's kind of the leader of this team. She's been a big part of it for a number of years. She's the name a lot of people know. She's going to get a lot of the focus. So as a teammate out who's going to be out there on the court with her, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to do that.
Yes.
What is the strength of your game that you think, you know what, this is what I'm going to be able to contribute the most, and what are things that you continue to work on? You're like, man, that I really want to improve.
Well, we graduated a lot of shooters last year, so talking with Brooks, he said that we're going to need to work on that more, and I definitely agree because a lot of focus is going to be on Taylor, so if they're going to take away her shots, then it's going to be important that I'm ready to take shots.
All right. And so the experience last year, you know, you got quite a bit on JV. You know, your varsity time wasn't as much, but how valuable was it to even just be on the bench as all that action's happening, just to be able to kind of get a feel for the varsity level game?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty important because I got to see how they like work together and how like their bond like helped in the game and like helped them work as a team. And I just feel like it's important to like be able to see them and watch from like even the side, even if I didn't get in.
Okay. Now, as you look at the schedule, a lot of tough teams on there. Is there a game, a team, or a venue that you're looking forward to playing in the most?
I don't really know. I get just kind of like, I like playing in all of them because I feel like the atmosphere in like each arena or like gym is just different than like every other place. And it's like I'm excited to play away from home, like actually get in the game because it's like different from the bench and then on the court.
And you kind of talk about that actually being in the game, likely a starter. What's it going to feel like to have your name announced at the beginning as one of the starting five?
Yeah, I mean, that would feel like pretty good because it just feel like all my work is like going to be shown, and I feel like it's going to be pretty good.
All right. Well, one final question. As we sit here mid-ish December, we're looking ahead at the season. As if we were to talk at the middle of March and you guys have made the state tournament, what happened in those 4 months in between that made that a reality?
I feel like even like in open gyms and stuff, we started connecting as a group more, and I feel like throughout the season we'll like click as a team and like learn how to play together more, and I feel like that'll help us a lot.
All right. Now, was this pretty painless?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Delaney, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. And like I said, I will be reaching out. We are going to do the full-fledged interview.
Perfect.
You're going to be on my show. We're going to have all of that, but we won't do that to you today,
Perfect.
okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Go
thank
get
you.
to practice.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, thank you. All right. I think that went pretty well.
That went great.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
They put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
To be honest, it's the people that I work with. I love what I do. You gotta love what you do to come every day. But the people I work with make coming 10 times easier. You wanna be a part of a team that cares for you and that actually put in the time to teach you and show you the things to do in a proper way. You're just full of people who care.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is that already going? Okay. All right, we continue our preview of Vermillion Tanager Girls basketball for the 2025-2026 season with Lexi Hansen. Lexi, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, yeah.
Oh, good. Well, obviously, kind of the story around Vermillion Tanager Girls this year is maybe the new faces. Now, you're one of those that's kind of a transitional. You were able to get some really good playing time, varsity action last year. How valuable is it to have that experience to build upon for this season?
I think it really just helped with my confidence, knowing that I've been there before and I'm going to have to kind of be a leader and be, I guess, kind of a comfortable space for my other teammates because they're mostly in my grade, but I'm excited to play with them again. Yeah.
Well, and not only did you get playing time, but you contributed some significant playing time where, shooting the three, making different baskets. Were you able in the offseason to kind of work on things that you wanted to focus on to improve your game?
Yeah, for sure. I shot a lot over the off season, and I had surgery a couple months ago, but yeah, I'm doing well.
All right. So as you enter this season, like you just said, more of a leadership role than you've had. Probably a different feeling as a sophomore to have that. This has been a team that has had a lot of older leadership, but you have your sister that you were able to kind of maybe, watch growing up, that she had a significant role early on in her career as well. Having that leadership, is that something that comes natural to you, or is that something that you're having to say, okay, this is something I need to take on, but it's totally not comfortable for me?
No, it's okay. I think, playing last year, I kind of got a little bit of it, but then this year I think that'll help me a ton, having playing last year.
All right. And again, you guys are challenging yourselves. You guys have a great schedule. By great, I mean a really tough schedule, so going to be some great games. How do you, if you're not getting necessarily the victories, but you're feeling like you guys are making improvement, how do you keep from having just frustrations of maybe not getting the wins, just knowing that maybe it'll pay off in the end?
Yeah, I just think every team has ups and downs, so I think I'm definitely expecting some of that. And I think since we're pretty young, it'll take a few games, and like mid-season we'll be hopefully doing better, because once everyone gets into their role and gets comfortable, I think that'll help for sure. All
right. Now, as you look at that schedule, is there a game or a classic or a tournament that you're just looking forward to, whether it's the venue or the opponent?
I'm excited to play at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center against Sergeant Bluff. I've never really heard much about them, so I think that'll be a fun game, playing someone new.
Yeah, playing a brand new opponent, because a lot of your schedule is familiar foes, and that you get those rivalries going. Now, as we sit here, if we look ahead 4 months, if it's mid-March and you guys have made it to the state tournament, what had to happen in those 4 months for that to become a reality?
Definitely just learning to play with each other, because we haven't really played too much together except for me and Taylor. So I think, and me and Taylor played with them in like middle school and stuff. So I think once we get those patterns and like those connections back, I think that'll help a ton.
Well, and you mentioned Taylor, and obviously she's been a prominent part of this team for a number of years and will probably be the focus of the opposing defenses. How important is it for the rest of the team to realize that those opportunities are going to be there? The shots are going to probably be there. The chances to make that pass or get the pass is going to be there. That just to not let the moment be too big. How important is that going to be?
I think it really will. If they seize the opportunity and once they get comfortable like shooting and stuff, I think that'll help a ton, and I think they can be really good for us.
All right. Well, Lexi, I don't think this is going to be the last time we talk, but thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. Really appreciate it, and looking forward to covering you guys this year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
How you doing today?
Good.
Good. All right. We continue our preview of Vermillion Tanager basketball for the 2025-2026 season. That's right? 2025-2026. Hard to believe. And we're talking Tanager Girls, as we're going to be talking with Taylor Rubers. She's a relative newcomer to varsity basketball. This is your first year in varsity, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What's it feel like to have never played basketball before?
Well, I mean, I've been playing basketball, obviously, for a long time. So.
Okay. Well, obviously you are kind of I don't think it's too big of a stretch to say you are the leader of this team. With the graduation, especially over the last 2 years, Casey and Brooke last year, you know, and Janaea and Chandler and Brooklyn the year before, this really is your team. As the point guard, you've always had that. But does it feel like a new level of responsibility for you?
Kind of a little bit. I mean, it's obviously a different role since older people have graduated, and it's like under me to get everyone together and like play together as a team. So yeah, that's really important and new role for me.
Well, and in that role though, you know, last year I really thought I saw a development of your game. You know, before it was just kind of a lot of outside shooting. You really developed that dribble drive penetration, which not only allowed you to score more, but also to distribute more. Have you continued that evolution, continuing to work on your game?
Yeah, I obviously continue to find open teammates when they're open and give them a chance. But I'm also looking me to score more this year and like distribute the ball as much as I can and just doing my role.
Okay. Well, and obviously, you know, as we've talked about, you're probably going to be the focus of defense. I mean, do not be surprised if you know, double teams, triple teams, stuff like that. How mentally do you keep from maybe getting down if you're having some off nights? Because it's going to be sometimes probably a struggle for you, and you'll have to rely on your teammates. Is it kind of one of those things, as long as maybe you guys are getting the wins, it's easy to not have the stats?
Yeah, obviously that, and also just like keeping me mentally, like I'm obviously prepared before the game that I might be getting double teamed and such, so just preparing my head mentally before the game, and that'll eventually help my teammates coming to cheer me on and like keep it positive. So yeah.
All right, and you guys have a tough schedule again this year. You guys are challenging yourselves, and you're in a tough region, so those challenges early on in the season are only going to pay dividends. But what are you looking forward to the most? I mean, if you looked at that schedule and said, man, this is really one I'm looking at, whether it's the opponent, the venue, is there something you're just really looking forward to this year?
Yeah, obviously we have a tough conference, and it's going to be even tough this year with graduating older classmen, but we're just trying to stay together and play well as a team. I mean, we're coming together pretty well. We get along pretty well, so I think just getting on the floor with like some of my best friends is like what I'm really looking forward to.
Well, and that is the case, you know, entering your sophomore year, you know, a lot of your teammates now are going to be your age. Will that be a little bit of a different experience, that it's, okay, now these are girls that I've grown up playing with, rather than I've kind of been thrust into this varsity level being much younger than everybody?
Yeah, I've had good relationships with older classmen these past couple of years. Like, they've been my best friends too, but like having people my age is definitely different, and like just getting them to be the same and like getting in the same environment, and that their first time like stepping on the court, just me like helping along with them and like saying it's fine, they'll be fine.
All right, now mid-March, if we're sitting and you guys have made the state tournament, what do you think had to have happened during the season for that to become a reality?
Well, obviously getting wins and being positive, staying together is a really big difference. Like, if we stay positive and we work hard at practice every day, I feel like we can get that done. So really looking forward to it.
I think it's going to be a fun season. Taylor, I'm almost positive this will not be the last time we talk, unless you're just sick of me. But otherwise, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to covering you guys all season long.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Hey. Oh, that was perfect timing.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Welcome back to our Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show as we get ready to bring you the Vermillion Tanager Girls taking on the Ponca Indian Girls. And we have head coach Chad Clay of Ponca with us. Coach, how you doing today?
Oh, good. How are you doing, Mike?
Doing great. Just trying to stay on the ground with this wind. I don't know if you guys are quite getting it down there, but holy moly, it's awful.
Oh, yeah, it is terrible. Yeah, it's been, I've been at school here all day, and I can just hear it swirling out there.
Oh, it is ridiculous. So it's one of those days you're thankful basketball's an indoor sport, because if this were football and we had to be outside or something, it would be just awful.
Oh, that would be an interesting game, yeah.
So, well, let's talk a little basketball. Ponca, always a team that seems to be prepared and be competitive, and it feels like this season's really not any different. Kind of talk about your team a little bit. You got off to a pretty good start, and you're kind of sitting there right about 500. How are you feeling at this point in the season? Obviously, very early.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, very early, but I like where we're at. Started out, we got 2 wins. We beat Hartington Newcastle, then beat Randolph, and then in those games, too, we had 3 girls in double figures against Hartington Newcastle. Emerson Ehlers, Ava Brown, and Ava Brennan were all in double figures that night. Then against Randolph, we had 2 different girls, Jalen Templeman and Elsie Keller, in double figures. So I've really liked our balance there offensively, where we feel like we have a lot of different girls that can, beat you on a given night, and we don't have to, just rely on a couple to do the majority of the scoring we can be pretty balanced, and that I think makes it tougher to scout us and prepare for us, hopefully. Then we dropped a 5-point game to Pierce, who's got a very tall, very athletic team, and then lost by 8 to Rural Concord Coleridge. So with those, kind of on a 2-game losing streak here, but we've been competitive, and frankly, we've had chances in those games. We didn't have a very good second quarter at Pierce, where I believe they outscored us 13-4, and then against Laurel on Tuesday, we went on a scoring drought of over 8 minutes. So that made it, kind of tough for us to win. We've dug some holes in those games.
Yeah, essentially taking a quarter off, that'll do it. It's hard to overcome that at any time, isn't it?
Absolutely. That is the case for sure.
Well, and like you said, you do have a team that it's not just one player that does everything for you. Obviously, you have a couple that are scoring in double figures, but then a couple more right around that 5-6 range. So it does allow you to have a few different weapons out there. You're facing a Vermillion team that maybe they're known for their one player, and they're kind of trying to bring the others along. What have you seen from this Tanager team that A, will maybe present some problems, but also B, maybe present some opportunities?
Yeah, so with them, I know they're a younger team here, got some sophomores out there, but with it, they play really hard. They're well coached. I mean, that's what you're always going to get when you play Vermillion. So with that, I know they're going to play the right way. They've, switched up some defenses with a little 1-3-1, some man-to-man. So with it, we have to be ready for that, because at times Laurel switched up, so went back and forth a little bit on us, and I don't think we did a great job of recognizing in the moment as well. And then a big thing that I've been stressing really is this year, and no matter who the opponent is that we need to value the ball. So taking care of the ball has been a huge point of emphasis with that, and we've had an aim of 12 turnovers or less in a lot of games. Some games we've done it, some games we haven't. We're averaging right around 11 right now, which is great, but then being great defensively. So with that too, we're continuing to improve there. We've had some very good nights. We've had some lapses and moments, but with it, that's really 2 big areas of focus for us is, like I said, being great defensively and then taking care of the ball.
Well, and as far as, just kind of timelines, Nebraska starts a little bit earlier than South Dakota. Do you think there's an advantage for you this early in the season, having had that extra, week or 2 of practicing and getting real game times in?
Yeah, I think there definitely could be, just due to the fact that we had a jamboree game And then we've played 4 games, and then I know they've just had 2 games, and they're playing their 3rd. So with it is a possibility, but also I think they're ready to play. They're ready to go. It's not like they're in, night 1 and just coming out. So with it, they've kind of been able to get their feet wet a little bit, and then especially with some girls maybe that didn't see a ton of varsity time last year or no varsity time last year. So I think they're probably starting to, adapt a little bit to the speed and physicality of the game.
All right. Well, Coach, obviously you're in Nebraska, but you do play at least a couple of South Dakota teams just kind of right across the border. Do you find a difference in styles?
Not necessarily. I know last year with Vermillion's team, they were obviously very athletic, had a lot of different weapons, and all that. So definitely one of the best teams we played all of last year. So I always enjoy doing it because it is nice seeing an opponent you're not going to see in the postseason. It's just kind of a one-and-done, kind of the border rivalry. So I do enjoy it. And then last year, I guess we went to Elk Point too, and Elk Point had a very good team last year. So with it, we went 0-2 against, played hard, played the right way, and did everything, that you want good teams to do. So always like going over there and seeing good opponents.
All right. Well, Coach, before I let you go, obviously you'll get back into your Nebraska schedule actually the day after this game. What are your expectations for your team this season in Class C2?
Yeah, so we talk about getting better every night we step out. I know that sounds like coach speak and all that, but we're trying to really embrace the mentality that every time we step on the floor, believing we can win. Because I know last year that really wasn't the case. So we want to get a mindset shift here to start where when we're going into games, we're preparing where we believe we're going in to win. We're not just going over there to play a pickup basketball game. So I think that mindset shift is a huge component to it. And then with it, we're returning roughly 90% of our scoring from last year. We'll hopefully continue to improve defensively and make it tough on being early here. It is kind of tough to tell exactly, how high the ceiling can be, but hopefully we're definitely shooting for, we have the expectations that are set that every time we step out there, we're playing to win.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. Really appreciate it, and best of luck tonight, and best of luck with the rest of the season.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
That was Coach Chad Clay of the Ponca Indians here on Vermillion Tanagers YouTube and Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM. This is the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show, and this is Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We'll be back with Coach John Brooks after these messages.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Group's bedroom groups by Laguna and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Can you hear me? Okay. Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company pregame show. I'm Michael Schumacher with Chad Peterson as we are getting ready to bring you Vermillion Tanager girls basketball against the Ponca Indians, this interstate matchup that's been going on for a few years. It's been a nice little rivalry. Both the Ponca and Vermillion teams have both been really good the last few years, so it's been a fun test for both of them, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a good test for Vermillion tonight to get back on track after their close call the other night with West Central. So be good to get up back on the home court and get a win.
Well, and this is their first home game tonight, and so what I think we saw in that first game for the Tanagers, it was an adjustment period. I think everyone assumes, Taylor has played with these girls, and so that, it wouldn't be an adjustment, except she's been used to playing with Brooke and Brooklyn and, Casey and Maya and Madigan. And these other girls, this is their first time in varsity. And I think we saw from that first game to the second game a huge step in their development, even in the very fact that they didn't just rely on Taylor. They were willing to take shots.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing for Vermillion is to stay within themselves tonight. Don't worry about Taylor getting her shot. She's going to get those. But everybody else, when they get their opportunities, need to make baskets and make free throws.
Well, and, I've said all along, and because we saw her last year when we would broadcast junior varsity matchups, I think Shaylin Hinseth has the size, the length, and the skill to be kind of a dynamic player. And you combine her with Lexi Hansen, who has a lot of ability, and then maybe down low, Callie Schultz. We talked about her maybe trying to be a little more aggressive. Timid might be the word. She gets in good position. She gets her hands on the ball a lot on rebounds and stuff like that. Just needs to have the self-confidence to go back up with it or to secure it even more.
Yeah, just I think with Callie, I think the biggest thing is she doesn't want to make mistakes, but the only way to do that is to maybe be a little more aggressive, take it to the hole, draw a foul, make the free throw, make things happen. And I think they're going to do a good job with that here tonight. I think you're going to see a lot of other people get into the game and get some more points other than having, Taylor's, like I said, she's going to have her points, but, get some other girls involved.
Well, and, they're facing a Ponca team that's very young as well. They're going to start three juniors, a senior, and a sophomore. And then their bench, their three prime reserves, are two sophomores and a junior. So just the one senior on this team, and that's in Ehlers, who isn't even the leading scorer on the team. She has some good size. Emerson Ehlers. Well, they have her listed as a senior here, but she's only listed as a junior in the program. So I guess I'm not quite sure what she is. But this is through Max Preps, so Max Preps has been inaccurate before. But Ehlers averaging 5.3 points per game. She and Ava Brown both averaging 5.3. The two leading scorers are Elise Keller and Jalen Templeman. Templeman and Keller both averaging 10.7. And then also Carly Beckner averaging 5.3. So the starters all averaging very similar. The top two averaging 10.7. The other three starters averaging 5.3. And then Brennan, McGee, and Pfister will be the three main reserves for this team. So they play about 8 deep. Vermillion, they've gone, we've seen 6, 7, 8. We'll see what Coach Brooks feels like tonight, what's working, maybe what's not. It's still a learning process. And they have 18 more games, including tonight, 18 more games to kind of get it figured out. So there's a lot of season left. And you want to be playing your best ball there at the middle part of February to the end of February, first part of March. So Coach Brooks has shown before he knows what he's doing. There's he's had some talent, but they're not just talented and successful because of the talent. He's a really good coach, and I think we're going to see that this season.
Yeah, he's really going to get these girls to gel together and figure out who works best on the court, get the best 5 or 6, girls out there to do their thing and and figure out who's working the best. And he'll do a good job getting everybody to work together and figure out what the best mix is going to be.
And so what we're looking at is we're getting ready for starting lineups. Starting lineups are brought to you by Central Farmers Cooperative. Central Farmers Cooperative serving the area and the territory for a few decades. And so we're getting ready for that. Give me just a second here. We'll get that scoreboard pulled up. And that is the Masaba scoreboard that you see on your screen. You can't see it on the radio, but you know what? It's there. And you'll hear me say Masaba scoreboard periodically. And I'll hand that over to Chad here. And so, again, Vermillion getting ready, trying to get their first win. Trying to get their first win tonight. They're 0-2, but we've seen progression throughout the season. And so, Ponca's starting lineup, again, as we will probably have the national anthem here. So, well, I'll get the... That was the national anthem by the Pride of Vermillion Marching Band under the direction of Garrett Olson as we get ready again for these this starting lineups brought to you by Central Farmers Cooperative. So for the Ponca Indians, well, we're giving them the darkness treatment too. All right, number 12, 5'5" junior Carly Beckner. Beckner averages 5.3 points per game, 2.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.3 steals per game. Number 20, 5'7" junior Elsie Keller. Keller averaging 10.7 points, 5.3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2.7 steals, and 0.7 blocks. Jalen Templeman, 5'7" junior, averaging 10.7 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 2.7 steals. Then you also have Ava Brown. Brown is a 5'10" sophomore, averaging 5.3 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, and 0.7 blocks and steals. And then Emerson Ehlers, a 6-foot junior, number 44, averaging 5.3 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 1.3 steals. Now your starting lineups for your Vermillion Tanagers. Number 2, Izzy Richardson, a 5'5" sophomore guard. Then number 10, 5'10" sophomore guard Lexi Hansen. Then number 11, 5'5" sophomore guard Taylor Ruvers. Then number 22, 5'10" sophomore forward Shaylin Hinseth. And then finally, number 44, 6'1" junior center Callie Schultz. So Vermillion, same starting lineup here in Game 3 as the first two. Izzy Richardson, Lexi Hansen, Taylor Ruvers, Shaylin Hinseth, and Callie Schultz. And again, for Ponca, it's Carly Beckner, Elsie Keller, Jalen Templeman, Ava Brown, and Emerson Ehlers. So we're getting ready for tip-off here for these Tanagers and Indians. As they already knocked 2 seconds off the clock, so they might want to get that readjusted.
Got a quick start.
Yeah. I don't think it's a running clock quite yet.
Not yet.
So again, jumping for Vermillion, Shaylin Hinseth. Like I said, she's just a really good athlete, and so I think there's a lot that you can see there. And I will say she's jumping against Ehlers, and they have Shaylin listed at 5'10". They have Ehlers listed as 6 foot, but I don't know that I'm seeing a.
They're looking eye to eye, I think.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Pretty close.
So I'm not sure who's fudging the numbers, but I'm going to tell you, Shaylin looks every bit of 6 foot out there.
She definitely does. I mean, Callie's standing right behind her, and they're not that much different.
No, and so, and I know people are probably like, wow, you talk a lot about Shaylin Hinseth. I really think there's a chance for her to be really talented and a really quality player, and especially her, Lexi Hansen, and Taylor Ruvers could be a really nice 1-2-3 combo.
Yeah, we watched a lot of JV stuff last year, and Shaylin runs the floor really well, has a great outside jump shot, and isn't afraid to go get a rebound. So that's exactly what they're going to need tonight. Probably need a little bit more from the other participating players, and maybe one or two off the bench, depending on how deep Coach Brooks decides to go here. But trying to figure out what the issue is with the clock.
Yeah. And so they've broken out from the center court. I think Izzy Richardson was somebody that I saw the biggest improvement from, as just maybe as far as a mindset, willing to take that shot or willing to dribble rather than just pass right away.
Yeah,
from game one to game two, just a lot of confidence. And she's very talented because she was on varsity last year. I mean, she was somebody who got in during certain periods of time. And so obviously there's that talent there. Coach Brooks has seen it. The coaching staff has seen it. I think she just needs to see it in herself.
Right.
And confidence can be such a cruel mistress type of thing. Right. If you have it, it's great. But, man, if something shakes it, then it can be so tough to get it back. So it was great to see her kind of blossom just a little bit between games 1 and 2. I think Hinseth has that talent, that confidence. I think Lexi's starting to learn it a little bit as well, just with that. So, you want to see them. Taylor, we know, has it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And the more that these girls play together, the more confidence that they're going to have, not within themselves but with each other. And the good passes that Taylor makes. Those girls are going to realize that these passes are going to be coming, and they're going to get some confidence in themselves as well. So
and they're going to realize that if they're able to catch it and get that, she's going to put them into position. Right. She does such a great job, A, because she draws so much attention, but B, she sees the court so well, she puts her teammates in positions to score. And that's such a quality you want in your point guard. All right, here we go. And tip is into the hands of Ponca. As Ponca is in black with blue and white trim. Steal there by Ruvers as Taylor gets off to a solid start.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. Good pass down court. Just stepped right into the passing lane there. Kick ball by Taylor.
So kick ball will turn the ball over. Or not turn the ball, keep it with Ponca. They will have to inbound, though. Inbounding will be Elsie Keller. As they get it over to Ehlers. Ehlers with a short little jumper. Leaves it short. Rebound there by Callie Schultz. Nice job by Callie to be in position. So now Taylor Ruvers. Vermillion in white with red letters and numbers and black trim. Again, Ponca in black with blue numbers and letters with white trim. Ruvers up with the floater, and she's going to get fouled, and that's kind of what Taylor can do too. She can get her, whoever's guarding her, in foul trouble in a hurry.
Yeah, she drew a crowd and tried to dish it inside, but got fouled on the way.
And that foul is going to be on Elsie Keller, one of the co-leading scorers on this Ponca team. That's her first team, but story of the season so far starts off with a missed free throw. And that's just, something you want to try to get under control. Second free throw, nothing but net, though. So Vermillion on the board first, 1-0 here with 7:23 to go. Nice job by Jalen Templeman there. Nice crossover. Ehlers at the top of the key. Back over to Templeman. And there's going to be a long three-point attempt. Ooh, in and out. And another rebound by Callie Schultz. Good positioning by Callie.
Yeah, good box out and good position and hustle back down the court.
Ruvers drives in, kicks it out to Hansen. Hansen thought about the three, drives in, up with the left hand, just leaves it short. Rebound into the hands of Ehlers, and Hansen is going to get a foul called on her.
Yeah, I don't know. The three ball was open there. She just decided to take the drive to the lane instead.
Yeah, and it was a crowded lane, too. So, yeah, you'd like to see her just pull the trigger on that three.
That's the confidence thing that we're talking about. Just, believe in yourself, believe in your shot, and don't be afraid to take it.
Here's a long three-point attempt. Boy, that rims in and out. Rebound there by Taylor Ruvers. Ruvers will take that three. That'll be, just offline. Oh. Keller with the rebound. And that, Taylor got a hand on it, but could not quite corral it before it went out of bounds. But, boy, she is a pest out there defensively, isn't she?
Quick hands, and you got to really be careful if you're Ponca here because she'll take the ball from you every time down the court.
She will. 6:12 to go, 1-0, Vermillion leads. Keller with the long three, no good. Boy, tracked down, though, by Ava Brown.
Yeah, good hustle.
That three-point attempt, no good. Rebound into the hands of Izzy Richardson. And they're going to call a double dribble. So kind of a slow start for both teams. So Ava Brown will inbound just off the Vermillion bench. Gets it into Elsie Keller. Keller guarded by Izzy Richardson. Gets it over to the left side. And here's Brown. Boy, Brown had an open 3-2, but she'll take the step in. And another rebound for Callie Schultz. That's her third already here in the first quarter.
Yeah, she's doing a great job boxing out down there. So now Vermillion's just got to convert on the offensive side.
5.5 minutes to go here in quarter number one. Just a 1-0 game so far. Taylor up and in and fouled. Wow. Taylor's so good at creating her shot and drawing the foul.
Yeah, she drew a crowd there and was able to still get the shot up and get the and one opportunity.
And that's the first personal on Emerson Ehlers, a second team foul, but Ruvers goes to try to get the and one. And she gets it. She's now 2 for 3 from the line. That is 4-0 in favor of the Tanagers. And Jalen Templeman over to Ava Brown. Brown gets it over to Keller. Keller guarded by Richardson. And here's Brown for a long three. And that ball is going to be rebounded by Hinseth. Hinseth with the rebound. And they're going to call a foul. Good hustle by Hinseth. Wow, willing to hit the floor.
Yeah, she went down like it was a fumble in football trying to get that ball. So good hustle.
And that's going to be a foul on, that's going to be on Elsie Keller. Keller now with 2 personal fouls. So coming in for Ponca will be Ava Brennan, the 5'4 junior. Keller's going to have to sit. Wow, and that was all hustle on Hinseth's part. Schultz at the elbow. Gets it down low to Hansen. Ooh, Hansen has it blocked on the way up. Ruvers. Pestering Brennan. Nice job. You got to love what you're seeing from Vermillion so far.
Yeah, good defense, 25 feet away from the ball.
So here's Templeman. Templeman with a behind-the-back pass. Boy, that's knocked away by Hinseth, but they are able to recover it. Ehlers has it. 4:25 to go, 7 seconds on the shot clock. And here's Templeman with the pull-up jumper. Blocked by Taylor. Taylor Ruvers kind of doing it all tonight. A little bit of everything. So here's Hinseth with the ball on the right-hand side. Has it knocked out of her hands, and that's knocked out of bounds by Ponca with 24 seconds on the shot clock. As Lakin Pfister will now come in.
Yeah, Taylor's always got her hands in the way, it seems like.
Oh, yeah. Yep. She plays bigger than her actual size. I mean, with her blocking and rebounding, she's just a smart, fast, consistent, persistent player.
I think she grew a couple inches over the summer, so that's kind of benefited her.
I think so, too. Pop and shoot for Taylor, no good. But nice job by Richardson. Oh, cannot corral it as she steps out of bounds, but that was a nice try by Izzy. And that's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Chad Clay and Ponca. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. We'll be back. This is Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on the Masaba scoreboard. Vermillion leads 4-0. Oh, I can do it.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime. Expert service, trained technicians.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball with 3:46 to go. Vermillion leads 4-0. Taylor Rivers with a free throw and a three-point play, and that's a travel on Ponca. That Vermillion defense is really pestering this Ponca team. Now, remember, Nebraska starts about a week or two before South Dakota, so Ponca already has 4 games under their belts. So it's an experienced team. And Carly Beckner trying to guard Taylor Rivers. Rivers just kind of swatting her away there. As here's Richardson. Over to Rivers. Rivers will drive in, kick it out to Hansen. Hansen picks up her dribble, gets it back to Rivers. And Tessa Nelson checked in for Callie Schultz during the break. And Rivers loses control, driving into the lane. So that'll be a turnover back to Ponca. It hasn't been the cleanest of first quarters.
No, Taylor just tried to do a little bit too much on that, I think. Tried to create her own opportunity there, but Ponca did a good job collapsing on her.
And Tessa Nelson, an 8th grader, who's getting some varsity playing time, a lot of varsity playing time. So it's going to be exciting to see what she's able to do in the future. Nice job by Richardson to block that. And Rivers gets the rebound, and that's going to be out of bounds off of Hinseth. So still 4-0 now with 2:52 to go here in quarter number 1. As Ava Brennan over to Jalen Templeman. Here's a long 3 just off the back iron. Rebound there by Ponca. And Templeman can't hit. Rebound there by Shaylin Hinseth.
Yeah, can't buy a basket.
They can't, and that they're getting some looks though. So if they can get those to drop, it could be a problem. As Rivers drives in and is fouled on the shot.
Yeah, good drive there. Had an open opportunity to dish the ball, but saw her lane there and decided to try to take that.
And so that's the first foul on Ava Brennan. And Taylor hits that. She's now 3 for 4 from the line as Callie Schultz checks in. Alexa McGee and Emerson Ehlers check in for Ponca. Shaylin Hinseth checks out for the Tanagers. And Rivers pure again, nothing but net. 4 for 5 from the line, 6 points. She has all 6 of Vermillion's points as they lead 6-0 with 2:22 to go here in quarter number 1 on the Masaba scoreboard. Oh, they're calling a foul on Callie Schultz.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she got her in the back with that or what, but not a lot going on there.
There wasn't a lot there.
It'll be good to know if that's the way they're going to call that the rest of the game, because then you'll kind of know.
Exactly. A nice rebound again by Taylor. And I think part of it was that pass was a little off, so it made her look awkward going up in the air. Richardson for 3. Oh, cannot get it to fall.
That's a travel there.
And that will be a jump ball. Yeah, not a travel called.
Just one of those things, Izzy, in and out. I mean, it rattled around inside the rim and just didn't get the lucky bounce there.
And one of those that you can see, it's eventually going to fall for her.
It's going to go.
So Rivers with the ball on the jump ball as they get it into Hansen. Back to Taylor. Taylor for 3. Oh,
another one.
Both teams are having them just rim in and out. So 6-0 Vermillion as Delaney Smith gets set to check in. And that will be the first bucket of the night. That's for Lake and Pfister. And Ponca's on the board. 6-2. They trail Vermillion with 1:34 to go.
Yeah, good drive by Pfister to get in there and kiss it off the glass.
Yep. Yeah, it was a beautiful shot. And Roovers takes that three, drains it. Taylor Roovers with her first three-pointer of the night makes it 9-2 Tanagers with 1:19 to go in quarter number 1.
Yeah, similar to the other night, Taylor's got all 9, and she's making her presence known.
She really
on
is.
Both ends of the court.
As Pfister has that knocked out of bounds, and that'll be off of Ponca. And Delaney Smith and Marasia Warren both check in. As it's now Tessa Nelson, Taylor Roovers, Callie Schultz, Marasia Warren, and Delaney Schmidt out there for Vermillion. Schmidt inbounds it to Roovers. 59 seconds to go, 9-2 lead for the Tanagers, and Taylor's going to pop, and she will drain it.
Where was
there's
that
just no
from?
defense for that.
I don't know where you guard 33 feet away from the hoop.
Got to pick her up at midcourt.
Man, it's like trying to guard Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. There's a long three-point attempt, and that is good. That is Alexa McGee. McGee with a three-pointer gets it back to 12-5. Shot clock is off. 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Vermillion leads 12-5 on the Mesaba scoreboard. As Taylor trying to get him to clear out.
They're guarding her at midcourt now.
They are. And Taylor drives, gets past a screen, gets it over to Delaney Smith. Back to Taylor, 2 seconds to go. Taylor with the floater, up and no good. And that's the way the first quarter will end, 12-5. Vermillion with all 12 points coming from the hand of Taylor Roovers. On the Mesaba scoreboard, Vermillion leads. We'll be back. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Mesaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at mesabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Mesaba.
Mesaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Chad Peterson. We're at the end of one quarter. Vermillion leads 12-5, all 12 points coming from Taylor Roovers. And while she's doing a lot, the other teammates are participating. It's not
absolutely.
So it's not a one-man show. She's just the one getting the ball to drop right now.
That's right. Yeah, the others have had some opportunities. It just the ball won't go in the hoop.
Callie Schultz with 3 rebounds in that first quarter. Excited to see something like that from her. As Ponca drives, and that's going to be a foul on Izzy Richardson. Richardson's first. That'll be the team's first here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, Callie's done a great job boxing out under there, getting rebounds, and she'll get her opportunities on the offensive side, I'm sure, too.
As here is Ava Brown up with the left hand and gets it to drop. So Ava Brown with her first bucket makes it 12-7, a 5-point lead for Vermillion. Here's Izzy Richardson on the left side of the top of the key. That ball is tipped, so not an over and back. I think Taylor had to question it for just a second, but Taylor for 3, nothing but net. Taylor Roovers makes it 15. 6-7.
They are going to have to find an answer for that. I'm not sure what the answer is going to be because you can't guard her coming down the lane. You can't guard her from 30 feet.
And that is up and in for Elsie Keller. Keller with 2 fouls. Izzy Richardson from the side. Oh, just cannot get it to fall.
Got some good open shots, though.
Nice block there by Taylor Roovers. And Roovers for 3 again.
Oh, what do you do?
She now has 4 3-pointers on the night. 4 for 6 by my recollection, making it 18-9 in favor of Vermillion.
Yeah, that kid, she's amazing. It's so hard to guard her because you have to make sure she doesn't pass it to somebody else either. And
she has such a quick first step.
Yeah, I don't know if you can't put 2 people on her.
So here's Keller, gets it. Oh, they're going to get one on Hinseth. And
just out of position, I think, is all Shaylin was there, I think.
Yeah. So Shaylin with her first personal, second team foul. As Keller inbounds the ball. Oh, she almost took a step there, which would have been a travel. Ehlers takes a 3. Rebound by Roovers, her fourth rebound. As they get it ahead to Hinseth. Hinseth has it knocked away. That'll be out of bounds off of Ponca.
Yeah, good pass.
So Roovers to inbound along the baseline. She just couldn't corral it quickly enough to go up quickly enough with it.
Yep.
Here's Schultz out at the elbow, over to Hinseth. Richardson tries to get it down low to Hansen. Stolen away by Ehlers. And that's a nice block by Shaylin Hinseth. And then it goes out of bounds off of Ponca. So Shaylin with a nice job there. Some good defense.
Yeah, Vermillion playing really stifling defense. So that is really causing Ponca some problems.
It is. And Taylor will pop and shoot from the free throw line. And she'll make it, That gives her 20 points. See, she's making it easy for me. I don't have to do math when she's the only one scoring right now. And I say that, I hope that doesn't sound dismissive. We've said it, Vermillion, all of the players are contributing in different ways. Right there, Lexi Hansen with a beautiful rebound. And they're not giving Ponca second chances.
No, there's no second chance opportunities for Ponca at all.
And here's Hansen at the top of the key. Loses control of it. And boy, that's coast to coast for Jalen Templeman.
Yeah, good steal.
Good steal, but nice job by Hansen not to get a foul. A lot of times you'll see somebody compound a mistake by getting a foul there. Roovers in the paint, out to Izzy Richardson for 3. Yes! Izzy Richardson hits her first 3 of the game, and Coach Brooks wants to take a timeout.
It was a matter of time.
It was.
Had them rattling.
Every single one of them was so close. So we're going to take a quick timeout, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. With on the Masaba scoreboard, 23-11, Vermillion leads. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, coming out of that Murph's Appliance timeout with 4:44 to go in quarter number 2. Vermillion leads 23-11. The first non-Roovers score was a 3-pointer by Izzy Richardson from the right corner. It's a thing of beauty, too.
Yeah, she's got a great shot. She just was unfortunate on the first couple attempts.
Nice rebound there again by Shaylin Hinseth. That's her third rebound. Boy, again, no second chances for Ponca.
No, they're doing a great job boxing out.
Roovers pulls back, and she is human after all. She misses that three-pointer. 4:16 to go, 23-11. Vermillion with the lead. Three-pointer there, and that is Ava Brennan with the three-pointer. That makes it 23-14, 9-point lead for the Tanagers. Roovers resets the offense here, brings it back to midcourt. Taylor takes it around to the right side. She'll pop, and she'll drain it from the right side now. Her 5th three-pointer of the night makes it 26-14. She has 23 points on the night. So Brennan over to Brown. No good. Rebound again. Shaylin Hinseth.
Good job. And like you said, we've repeated ourselves. No second chances for Ponca at all.
Yeah. Taylor has that one blocked by Ava Brown. As they get it down low to Ehlers, and they're going to call Callie Schultz for a foul. That'll be her second personal. 3rd team foul of the quarter.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that foul. That's that is good aggressive defense, playing there, getting your hands in the way.
And Tessa Nelson checks in for Callie, but it's exactly what we said.
Yeah.
We want her to be more aggressive.
Absolutely.
I don't think Coach Brooks is going to be too upset by that one either.
No.
Nice block by Tessa Nelson. Making her presence known. As Roovers at midcourt here. Gets it over to Izzy. Oh, they hit a cutting Tessa Nelson. They just could not quite connect. You love the theory, though. Oh, Shaylin, you know what? Again, I'm not going to be upset with the aggression.
You don't want the easy layup. You got to make them work for it.
Exactly. So that's Shaylin's second personal. As Elsie Keller is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Marasia Warren and Delaney Smith get set to check back in. And Keller's first free throw is up and good. Keller now has 3 points on the night. Hinseth checks out. So it's Nelson, Hansen, Roovers, Marasia Warren, and Delaney Smith. And Keller hits both. 2 for 2 from the line. Makes it 26-16, 10-point lead for the Tanagers. Roovers, open lane, drives in, tries to kick it out, and that is retrieved by Tessa Nelson. They get it over to Smith, who gets it out to Hansen. Hansen into the paint, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. As I believe we have a bloody nose maybe, or maybe a contact lost over here. Somebody had to check out.
Looked like a contact lens.
Yeah, as Carly Beckner's going to check in. As that foul was on Alexa McGee. Her first personal.
Only the first foul for Ponca this quarter.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're kind of like, hey, their contact might be over there. Please don't walk too much.
Needle in a haystack.
Yeah. So they're going to come off. I think they're going to look for that, or
maybe it was blood.
It might be blood. So we're going to take a quick timeout as well. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. 26-16 on the Masaba scoreboard. Tanager basketball brought to you by.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family. From pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
I know. I know.
Remember when I was wrestling in high school, it was like blood everywhere.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We do believe it was blood out there, so they're doing some cleanup. And we were just talking, in our day, you wiped it up practically with your shoe. You're like, okay.
Yeah, wiped it up, put it on your sock or your uniform, and just went on with the game. But nowadays is much different.
The Kurt Schilling bloody sock would not be a thing anymore.
No, he would have had to go change his whole wardrobe.
So as we are right now coming out of that Murph's Appliance timeout, Vermillion leads on the Mesaba scoreboard 26-16. Now, of course, Taylor Rivers has 23 of that. Izzy Richardson did hit a three-pointer. But don't let those that doesn't tell the story about how this team is playing. The number of offensive rebounds for Ponca is minimal, if they have any. And so we're getting ready to check setback action here. But this Vermillion team, Shaylin Hinseth, Callie Schultz, and Taylor Rivers each have at least 4 rebounds, according to my stats. Blocks, steals. This defense has been great for Vermillion.
Yeah, they've been cleaning up on the defensive boards and not allowing one offense. I can't count one offensive rebound that Ponca has got so far. And it's been a great job.
And I can't think of one either, and so that's why I'm.
Yeah, no second chance points. They've done a great job on the defensive end and, creating good space down on the offensive side as well.
Well, and they're making them work for it. Ava Brown at 5'10", 5'11", Emerson Ehlers at 6 foot, but they're not getting shots on the inside. They're having to shoot from the outside or getting some dribble on fast break points. They're not being able to work it inside. Callie Schultz doing a great job of positioning and on both defensively and rebounding, as is Shaylin Hinseth.
Yeah, hands are always in the way and always in the passing lane. It's a great job.
So Delaney Smith to inbound along the baseline for Vermillion. Gets it into Taylor. Taylor brings it back around, top of the key. Kicks it out to Tessa Nelson for 3. Oh, just can't quite get it to fall.
Good open look. And that's what we were talking about, is Taylor driving in there, drawing 2 or 3 people and leaving somebody open.
Boy, Marasia Warren with a foul. That'll be her first personal. That'll be Vermillion's 5th, I believe. And so they will go to the line to shoot 2. And that'll be Elsie Keller. Keller has been to the line, 2 for 2 already. She has 4 points on the night. At least I have her at 4 points. I have her at 3 for 3 now. And she is now 4 for 4 from the line. So 26-18, as well as Vermillion's playing, they have not put Ponca away yet. They have not been able to expand that lead yet.
Yeah, Ponca's doing a good job on defense too, creating some steal opportunities and getting some fast break points, and that's keeping them in the game.
Taylor drives in, little floater that she developed kind of last year from the paint. Makes it 28-18, 25 points now for Taylor. Again, she's gone for 30 the first 2 games.
Lexi with a great block.
That'll be out of bounds off of Hansen. Good defense there again.
Yeah. Doing a great job getting your hands up and knocking the ball away.
So Ponca to inbound. They get it up top there to Ava Brennan. They do have a... Oh, that's going to be an offensive foul created by the defense of Vermillion. And so that's going to be that's on Keller. That is her 3rd.
Yeah, it was a little push off there. Taylor went for the steal, but she extended her arm, and they called the offensive foul.
So Elsie Keller now has 3 personals, and she's their leading scorer. 6 of their 18 points right now are at the hands of Elsie Keller. With 1:16 to go here in quarter number 2, Vermillion leads 28-18. Taylor on the left side kicks it out to Nelson. Nelson for 3, drains it. That's a 3-pointer for Tessa Nelson.
That's exactly what we talked about, creating opportunities. Drew 3 people coming down the lane, and Tessa was open.
And this is Vermillion's biggest lead of the night. And here is Carly Beckner, gets her own rebound. And 50 seconds to go. 18-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. As Carly Beckner brings the ball around. Drives in baseline, guarded by Ruvers. Beckner over to Brennan. Brennan drives in up at the right hand. No good. Rebound, Marasia Warren. And that is going to be a jump ball created, and that will go to Vermillion. And so Marasia Warren with the rebound. Created that, so Vermillion shot clock is off. 25.9 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2. With a 13-point lead, they have the biggest lead of the night. Looking to extend that as they go to halftime. So Taylor's going to walk the ball up. You know, when you're feeling it like Taylor, she's probably fighting that urge just to pop a shot with too much time left.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really wants to guard her at this point. I'm not sure who gets the...
Wow.
Who
Beautiful. Beautiful pass by Taylor. Gets it to Tessa Nelson, who was willing to drive the baseline and draw the foul. So she draws a foul on Ava Brown. That's her first personal. But with 3.9 seconds, Nelson going to the line to shoot 2. That was a nice move by Nelson, too.
Yeah, she was going to take it right to the hoop. Well, didn't hesitate a bit.
And she hits her free throw. Man, you got to love. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this team tonight. Leaps and bounds from game 1.
Yeah, the confidence is going to come.
2 for 2 from the line for Nelson. She now has 5 points. 33-18 for Vermillion. And there's a long three-point attempt. Oh, just off the back iron by Ava Brennan. But that's the way it'll go to the half. 33-18. Vermillion leads. We'll be back with the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company First National Bank halftime show. First Dakota National Bank halftime show after these messages. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Root for your home team and be there for all of the excitement. NSAAHome.org has all your high school sports championship ticket information.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy, and convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
That up. Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. This is the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company halftime show with Chad Peterson. I'm Michael Schumacher. At the half, on the Mesaba scoreboard, Vermillion leads 33-18. Of course, scoring for Vermillion, pretty one-sided. Taylor Roovers with 25 points. Tessa Nelson with a nice 5 points, though, and Izzy Richardson with a three-pointer. So those stats don't tell you the whole story, though. This team is playing. Everyone's contributing. Callie Schultz has 4 rebounds. Shaylin Hinseth has 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Roovers has her 25 points. She has 4 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. Lexi Hansen has a block and a rebound. Izzy Richardson has 3 points, a rebound, and a block. Tessa Nelson with a steal and a block as well. And so you just love what you're seeing from this team. They're all contributing, not allowing second chance points, great defense. Callie Schultz has kept the 6-foot Emerson Ehlers off the scoreboard. And Shaylin Hinseth covered her for a little bit as well, but so between the two of them, Emerson Ehlers, who's a great athlete, has not scored tonight.
Yeah, and that's an impressive stat in itself. Trying to keep her off the box score. That's a great job by Tanager defense there.
It really is. And, of course, Ponca very balanced, scoring 6 points for Elsie Keller, who is in foul trouble, though, with 3.
Yeah.
Then you have 3 points for both Ava Brennan and for Alexa McGee. And then 2 points each for Jalen Templeman, Ava Brown, and Lakin Pfister. And like I said, obviously you're not hearing the name Emerson Ehlers on that scoreboard. So, you feel like Vermillion, you're seeing that confidence. We talked about that early on. You're seeing confidence. You're also seeing aggression. We saw it from Callie Schultz, both defensively in rebounding and defensively in trying to get a steal and get a block. She does have 2 fouls, but that's coming from not being timid, and that's going to be huge for a big.
Yep.
You also saw it in Shaylin Hinseth, a loose ball that led
on the floor.
Yeah, led to a rebound that led to a jump ball. So Shaylin Hinseth showing that this team is seeing confidence out there and seeing aggression. And Tessa Nelson, that towards the end there, driving the baseline. We haven't seen that much from anybody other than Taylor. So being willing to do that, drawing a foul, getting 2 free throws, stuff like that is huge.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that Vermillion's doing right now is eliminating any second chance opportunity for Ponca. They literally have had, I can't count one offensive rebound that they've had other than maybe a loose ball off to the side, but anything that's close to the rim and the backboard, Vermillion's cleaning that up, and we're going the other way.
Well, and that's what's fun to see, and this Vermillion team playing well. And so, we love seeing this development from game 1 to game 2, and now game 2 to game 3. And so I think it bodes well for the rest of the season.
It really does.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look around scores from around the rest of the state. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. On the Mesaba scoreboard, Vermillion leads 33-8.
When it comes to protecting your home, trust the experts at Dave's Roofing, the elite roofing company based in Elk Point, South Dakota. Dave's Roofing delivers a commitment to quality and service that extends from installation to repair and replacement of residential and commercial roofing projects. Done right with no mess left behind. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Call Dave's Roofing today for your free estimate. Experienced, quality, reliable.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. This is the Vermillion Chamber and Development Company halftime show on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and on Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. Well, let's take a look around the rest of the state. Again, on the Mesaba scoreboard, Vermillion leads 33-18 here. In AA girls basketball, T area leads Brookings 36-24 with 2 minutes to go in the third. At the end of the first half, Harrisburg leads Sioux Falls, Washington 31-28. In Class A girls basketball, Dakota Valley. Wow. Dakota Valley defeated Sioux City West 64-8. 8. At the Tyson Event Center. Lakota Tech at the LNI tournament defeated Omaha Nation 64-59. Mount Vernon Plankinton leads Miller with 2 minutes to go, 35-34. Rapid City Christian beat White River in girls action at the Monument at the LNI 59-18. Chester area leads McCook Central Montrose 49-37 with 3 minutes to go in the second. At the half, Phillip leads Stanley County 28-11. Bridgewater Emory defeats Bon Home 46-37. Wagner defeats Trip Delmont Armor 64-34. Sioux Valley beats Baltic 81-21. That is the second time Baltic's given up 80 points. Parkston defeats Chamberlain 60-12. Sioux Falls Christian defeats Elk Point Jefferson 55-23. Beersford leads Flandreau 56-55 with 1 minute to go. Lennox beats Madison 58-21. Hill City leads Lee Underwood New Underwood 17-16 at the half, and no score updates elsewhere in Class A. And then in Class B, Lower Brule won. Crazy Horse beat Tiashpe Topa. Wakpala over Takini. Again, Rapid City Christian over White River. Chester leads McCook Central Montrose. Wagner defeats Trip Delmont Armor. Gayville-Vollen defeated Andes Central Dakota Christian 48-19. Dubrook area at the end of the first quarter, Dubrook area leads Oldham Ramona Rutland 26-1.
Wow.
Of course, Oldham Ramona Rutland just had that vote to dissolve, and it was tied. It was tied until they come to the provisional ballot. So they are retaining the school district, the Oldham Ramona Rutland grouping, but you don't see ties too often. For anyone that said, "Hey, my vote doesn't matter," well, you would have been wrong this time around.
It does. Yep.
60-12, Parkston over Chamberlain. Corsica Stickney leads Sanborn Central Woonsocket 36-31 with 1 minute to go in the fourth. And Leola Frederick area leads Aberdeen Christian 31-15. Ethan defeats James Valley Christian. And that will be all for the score updates for girls basketball.
I found one. I couldn't even believe it. I had to look at it twice. Duke University women's basketball beat South Dakota State 97-54.
Wow. And South Dakota State, they're now 10-2 on the season. Duke only has 4 wins. It's not like it's one of those Duke teams of old that, where the women's team just has all of this.
Yeah, I just had to look at that twice because I thought that can't be right. But, yeah, they 97-54. So South Dakota State, ACC is just a different animal.
It is. And so, wow. All right, well, we are ticking down the final seconds here as we get ready for the second half of action. What do you think we're going to see? More of the Taylor show? Do you think more of the other players are going to try to score? I mean, it's not like Taylor's doing too much. I
don't think she is either. I think she's going to try and distribute the ball, but the problem is the more people that you put on her, it's going to create other opportunities.
And Ehlers does finally get on the scoreboard. A little mid-range jumper there. Makes it 33-20. So Vermillion now moving left to right. Little floater for Taylor. Can't get it to fall. Ehlers with the rebound. As Elsie Keller brings the ball up. And Lexi Hansen will have the foul. And so looks like Ponca coming out with a little different mindset here.
Yeah, a little different setup. Looked like they kind of let Taylor drive down, and then once she got into the lane, they collapsed a little bit down there. So they're kind of giving her the lane, but collapsing on her once she gets down there.
And Keller remains perfect from the line, 5 for 5. That's 7 points on the night for Keller. Oh, she's human at the line as well, but rebound into Ehlers. Ehlers goes up. Good defense, though, by Vermillion. And that'll be Vermillion's ball on the jump ball, as Lexi Hansen provided some good defense on Ehlers. She did not have a clear shot there. So
yeah, and good rebound and cleared it out to retain possession.
So Vermillion does have the same starting lineup as they had at the beginning of the game. Taylor, Lexi, Shaylin, Izzy, and Callie.
Kind of going to a full court press a little bit to try and disrupt Taylor a little bit on the
yeah, it does appear that that's their mindset. Oh, that pass down low. Stolen away by Ava Brown. And that ball is going to be knocked out of bounds by Elsie Keller. Good defense there by Lexi Hansen.
Yeah, Lexi got her hand up in the way, and it tipped off of Ehlers, I think.
And so Hansen gets it into Roovers. So 50 seconds gone here. 12-point lead for Vermillion, 33-21.
Kind of a partial full court press.
And Roovers will take the three. She picks up right where she left off.
Yeah, they let her wide open.
That's her 6th three-pointer now.
They left her wide open. You just can't do that. Because she will take that every time.
She will. She will. Ava Brown, she's not afraid to take the shot. Just off the front iron. Callie in good position there. Ehlers was able to get the rebound, though, but wow. Offensive rebound there for Brown, and just like what we talked about that they were doing in the first half, they've gotten a few offensive rebounds now.
2 immediate second chance points there.
Rivers pops and shoots. No good. Rebound to Ehlers, so Vermillion with that 13-point lead. Up with the left hand goes Jalen Templeman. No good. And that's going to be a foul on Lexi Hansen. So that's going to be Hansen's third personal now. And Coach Brooks wants to take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. On the Mesaba scoreboard, Vermillion leads 36-23 with 6:03 to go. This is Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota.
It's funny how life is made up of moments. Quiet ones, big ones, and ones you never forget. A wish, a milestone, a moment you didn't know would mean so much. Because life is made in the moments we share. Voyage Federal Credit Union. For every memory made, for every moment ahead.
Welcome back to Tanager Basketball. Ponca gets the ball in. And here's Carly Beckner. Gets it over to Elsie Keller.
Good drive.
Keller up and in with that. Makes it 36-25, an 11-point lead for Vermillion now. Taylor will walk the ball up. She'll be picked up by Beckner. Taylor drives, gets it over to Hinseth. Hinseth will take that. And that
partially blocked.
Blocked from the side. And Richardson gets it down to Hansen. Hansen drives into the paint, up with the left hand, and in for Lexi Hansen, her first points of the night. And she's tried that a couple of times. That's a good shot for her.
Yeah, good look. Izzy, it's kind of almost like a pick and roll a little bit. And
yeah.
Izzy caught her inside, and she was able to get the layup.
And I'll admit, I thought there might have been a little contact on Shaylin down there, but you still like to see the result. Callie Schultz creates that. Rebound does go to Izzy, but Callie Schultz was the cause of that.
Yeah, great job.
Hinseth does a nice job of keeping it inbounds, but it does go to Ponca. Roovers, block on Beckner. So Taylor Roovers with her third block on the night. Makes it 38. It's 38-25 with 4:51 to go. A lot more back and forth, a lot more action in this third quarter than we saw in the first two.
Yeah, Shaylin did a good job trying to save that ball. Just didn't go to the right team.
Boy, Ava Brown almost like with a set shot. I haven't seen much of that before. Does go off the back iron, but it goes out of bounds off of Vermillion. So why not? Why not? Ponca will inbound. It's a Nebraska team, right? Ava Brown up with the right hand, no good. Rebound there, Lexi Hansen.
Yeah, good job boxing out again.
Exactly. You're seeing some assertiveness from Lexi Hansen down there. Has led to a couple of fouls, but also a couple of rebounds and some points for her, too. Hinseth will take that shot just off, but they're going to say out of bounds off of Callie.
Might have been off of Callie and then off of Ponca, but he just didn't see that.
Yeah, I thought it was off of Ponca.
We have that good bird's eye view up here.
Yeah, we are lucky up here. But 38-25, 4:17 to go in quarter number 3. And here's Templeman with the shot. No good, but rebound Ehlers.
Might be that rim down there. That seems to rattle in and out of there.
Yeah. And that's going to be a foul as Keller misses the three-pointer, and that ball is going out of bounds. Foul on Ponca. And that's going to be on Brown. That'll be Brown's second. First team foul of the quarter. As Ehlers and Beckner will check out. It's now Ava Brennan, Ava Brown, Elsie Keller, Jalen Templeman, and Laken Pfister out there for Ponca. Halfway through this third quarter, Vermillion 38. Ponca 25. Ponca has outscored Vermillion by a bucket. That ball is knocked out of bounds off of Vermillion.
Good job by Ponca getting her hands in the way and creating a turnover.
And we kind of saw this in that mid-period during against West Central where maybe a bit of a press kind of got to them a little bit. They are handling it better this time around, but still room for improvement. It's game number 3. And here's Keller. She's going to drive the baseline. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on Taylor, I believe. That'll be Taylor's first personal, 3rd team foul. And Keller's going to go to the line to shoot 2, where she is 5 of 6 on the night. Make that 6 of 7. And I have her down for 10 points. And she misses that one, and that is going to be an old-fashioned over the back on Lakin Pfister. And that'll be Pfister's first. Pfister's first foul. There's a lot of F's in there, but here's Richardson with the ball. Oh, kind of an ill-advised cross-court pass there.
Yeah, a little dangerous. Oh, nice.
Wow, nice job there by Jalen Templeman.
Euro step-ish.
As they get the ball over to Lexi Hansen. Back into the hands of Taylor Roovers. Roovers drives in, gets it off to Marasia, up and in for Marasia Warren. Nice job by Taylor there.
Yeah, good assist. Drove down the lane, drew a couple people, and was able to find Marasia open.
And Pfister with a 3-point attempt, no good. And Marasia Warren also gets the rebound, her second rebound of the night. So 40-28, Vermillion with that 12-point lead, 2:41 to go in quarter number 3. Taylor will pull up on that 3 and hit it. That's her 7th 3-pointer of the night.
You can't guard that. Yeah, you can try, but it just has not been working out for Ponca tonight to guard that. Great 3 there.
And there's a 3-pointer for Ava Brennan, her second, as Taylor is over 30 points for the 3rd consecutive game to start this season. Roovers tries to get that ahead to Izzy Richardson.
You know, you're probably going to see a lot of 30-point games from Taylor, just trying to get everybody else involved.
Yeah.
Until they all figure out what role they're going to play. You're probably going to see her carry the load.
And again, on a night like tonight, it might not be on the scoreboard, but man, we are seeing contributions from everybody.
Oh, dribbled off her foot.
As Taylor dribbled off her foot. Now, I think that's the one concern you have. You just have to wonder. It's hard to give her any rest. And you just have to wonder if there becomes an exhaustion factor at some point. I mean, she's small and young, and, I'd be tuckered and taking a nap already, but.
That's what she lives to do.
Oh, exactly. Nice steal there by Taylor. Little floater off the back iron, though. Rebound into Ponca. Minute 44 to go. Vermillion leads by 12. Make it 10 as Ehlers hits that short little jumper in the lane.
Hanging around.
So it's now a 10-point lead. Ponca has outscored Vermillion by 5 here in this quarter as Warren travels.
Yep, just didn't get her feet set.
So a minute 29 to go. Ponca will inbound. It's Lakin Pfister along the baseline. Ava Brennan, sorry. They get it into Carly Beckner. Over to Brennan, along with Emerson Ehlers and Alexa McGee. Steal by Roovers. Up and in for Roovers, and Lakin Pfister has her second foul of the night.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that went in, but she was able to kind of double pump it and kiss it off the glass.
She had some hang time there. So 45-33 with a minute 22 to go. Taylor going to the line for the 6th time tonight, or her first 6th free throw, and she gets the and one again. She now has 34 points on the evening.
Much better from the line tonight for the Tanagers.
Taylor creates that, but does not result in a turnover. Long 3-pointer for Pfister, no good. And Richardson will be fouled by Ehlers, and that'll be Ehlers' second personal. 4th team foul.
Yeah, good position by Izzy on that one.
And so Lexi Hansen will check out. Shaylin Hinseth will check in.
Shaylin's done a good job tonight, just has not got any buckets. Good job on the defensive side, creating opportunities. And
Yep. Yeah, she's kind of one of those beyond the box score type of players tonight. Taylor just off the back iron, but Hinseth with the rebound. Gets it over to Richardson, exactly what we were talking about. Tessa Nelson will take the three. Oh, no good. And rebound into the hands of, that's going to be a jump ball created by Izzy Richardson.
Yeah, she went right in there and grabbed that ball, and she said, this is going to be mine, not yours.
And so while it does stay with Ponca, it does mean that Vermillion now has the possession arrow as soon as they do get this inbounded with 46 and a half seconds to go.
Little smile on Izzy's face after that.
So Pfister gets it over to McGee. Pfister down the lane, up with the left hand and in. She now has 4 points on the night. As here's Roovers, breaks the press in a hurry. Gets across midcourt, 27 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. Not sure if Coach Brooksom wants them to play for the final shot. Kind of looks like maybe they do. So it's Nelson, Roovers, Warren, Hinseth, and Richardson out there for Vermillion.
Gardner at half court.
8 seconds to go. Roovers over to Richardson for three from the corner. Nothing but net for Izzy Richardson. That is her second three-pointer of the night, and you got to love that. So Vermillion ends up leading 49-35 after 3 quarters of play. You got to love that. We're just going to keep it here. For Vermillion, for Taylor to feel comfortable enough to dish it off, Izzy to feel confident enough to take the shot, and then to make it her second three-pointer tonight, you got to love seeing that.
Oh, yeah, there's no lack of confidence with Izzy. She'll take it all the time. Just the last couple games, they just haven't been falling. But tonight, she is definitely feeling it.
And so, Ponca played really well in that quarter. In the end, they only outscored Vermillion by 1 point. You got to be a little frustrated when you really feel like you played well, and Vermillion's able to kind of pump the gas at the end and bring it back where you only outscored them by 1. So a 14-point lead right now.
We're trying to creep back into it, and it's kind of a backbreaker when you can hit a three at the buzzer and push the lead back to 14.
And so for Vermillion, Izzy Richardson now has 6 points. Tessa Nelson has 5. You have 2 for Marasia Warren, 2 for Lexi Hansen. And then, Taylor out there with 34. So, yes, Taylor dominant on the scoreboard, but the play on the court has been huge from everybody.
Yeah, it's been dominant, just Tanager dominant tonight.
Taylor will step back, take that just off the back iron. Nice job by Izzy Richardson into Shaylin Hinseth, and she finally gets that bucket that we were just talking about.
That's where it all starts. Great job by Izzy tipping that ball over to Shaylin.
And that was just consistent, persistent play. So now Vermillion has their largest lead at 16 points right now. And here's Elsie Keller, guarded by Hinseth. She wanted that baseline, but Hinseth didn't give it to her. Here's Ava Brown. She'll take that and just leaves it short. That'll be out of bounds off of Ehlers. And again, Callie's not going to get any stat out of that, but she created that out of bounds in that possession.
Yeah, great box out to kind of create the off balance for Ponca, and they tipped it out, so Tanager ball.
Here's Lexi Hansen, tries to get it down low to Callie Schultz. It was a nice pass attempt. Just good quickness there by Ava Brown to break that up.
Yeah, stepped right in the passing lane, and Tanagers keep the ball.
So Roovers to inbound. Gets it up top to Hansen. Hansen kind of drives the baseline, decides not to. And Roovers guarded out there by Carly Beckner. And Hansen takes the three, but cannot make it. Rebound to Ponca. As a minute 15 is gone here in quarter number 4, as they drive the baseline, rebound there by Lexi Hansen.
Yeah, not the greatest shot selection there underneath. Kind of a little bit out of control and trying to make something happen.
And Taylor takes that three, drains her 8th three-pointer of the night.
just lacks no lack of confidence with that kid whatsoever.
And that'll be a travel on Ehlers. Yeah, I wish she weren't so reserved. She needs to learn to take that shot. And Coach Chad Clay wants to take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. We'll be back after these messages. This is Tanager Basketball brought to you by
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Just talking about how Taylor, this is the way she plays. And if you can get this performance from her, and you get this performance from every other player on this team, like they're playing tonight, getting this effort, because, effort gets rewarded eventually with steals and blocks and rebounds and points, Vermillion's going to be a force.
And Taylor doesn't know another level to play at. This is what she plays at all the time, year round. It's what she does, and when she plays any sport, that's how she plays. So
every other team in Class A hopes she does not have another level to go to right now. Here's Izzy. Gets it over to Callie at the top of the key. And that'll be a foul on Callie Schultz, kind of a moving screen. And that's just one of those things, I think, from inexperience. I think she knew it as soon as she did it.
Yeah.
And so that is Callie's third personal here with 5:54 to go in quarter number 4. Vermillion leading by 19. As they get it down low for Ponca, out to Ava Brown, up top. And here's Emerson Ehlers. Ehlers out to Ava Brown. Templeman blocked by Richardson.
Izzy with block.
Wow. That's Izzy's second block of the night.
Yeah, quick hands.
Hanson can't quite handle the pass, but it does retain it, gets it to Callie, back up to Taylor. Callie definitely positioned herself on that screen. She got set and stayed. As here's Taylor with 7 seconds to go. Long three-point attempt. Ooh, just left it short. Rebound to Elsie Keller. And they're going to call Lexi Hansen for her fourth personal. That'll be the second team foul of the quarter, as Tessa Nelson will check in. Checking in for Ponca, Ava Brennan and Laken Pfister. Checking out, you have Carly Beckner and Emerson Ehlers. And Delaney Smith will check in for Callie Schultz. So for Vermillion, you have Taylor Roovers, Shaylin Hinseth, Delaney Smith, Tessa Nelson, and Izzy Richardson. Bit of a smaller, quicker lineup, but without Ehlers out there, Coach Brooks felt comfortable taking out Callie. Nice defense by Vermillion. Rebound there by Taylor Roovers. 4.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 4. Floater by Taylor.
They got it back. Delaney. Delaney with a great save on the baseline.
Yeah.
Shaylin.
Rebound there by Shaylin Hinseth.
Oh, Izzy wanted to take it. She should have pulled the trigger.
And there's a steal there. So still coachable moments for Coach Brooks, as Tessa Nelson gets that rebound.
They got good shot selection down there for Ponca, but nothing has fallen.
And Coach Brooks wants to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. On the Masaba scoreboard, Vermillion leads 54-35 with 4:02 remaining. This is Tanager Basketball.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Coming out of that Murph's Appliance timeout, Vermillion leads by 19 on the Mesaba scoreboard. Over halfway through this fourth quarter now, 3:55 to go. Vermillion leading by 19. Taylor Rivers with 37 points on the night, little floater. And I'm starting to see her, she's leaving some of these short. And that's just why I wonder, you know.
Might be fatigue.
Yep. Little floater there by Ponca. Rebound to Izzy Richardson, her 5th rebound of the night. Taylor guarded by Ava Brennan. Gets it off to Delaney Smith, who's guarded by Lakin Pfister. That pass is stolen away by Ponca. That was Elsie Keller with the steal. As Pfister tries to drive the baseline. Nice job by Richardson with the steal. Gets it ahead to Ruvers. Ruvers drives in, up, and no good, but she does draw the foul. But Richardson with the steal, that was nice.
She's had a nice night tonight. Both sides of the court.
Yeah, yep, Izzy Richardson. And that foul is on Jalen Templeman. That is her first personal, as Ruvers goes to the line to shoot 2. First free throw up and good. As Ehlers checks in, Brown checks out, Templeman checks out, and Alexa McGee checks back in. So Sydney Johnson checks in for the first time for Vermillion. And as Taylor hits both of those, she is 7 for 8 on the night.
Much better tonight at the line.
Yeah.
Overall for all.
Overall,
yeah.
9 of 10 from the line tonight.
Fantastic.
For Vermillion.
Great job.
Whoa. Elsie Keller surprised Lakin Pfister a little bit there. Kind of biffed her in the head. She's like, oh, geez, okay.
I guess we're inbounding.
Yeah. Nice floater from the baseline, but no good. Emerson Ehlers with the rebound. They're going to call the foul on Callie Schultz. That's her 4th personal. But again, she was going for the rebound. Ehlers was able to pull it away, and they still called it on the contact afterwards. Not a bad foul because it's from aggression.
Yeah, she's really done a solid job.
Oh, she has.
In the paint tonight.
A 21-point lead for Vermillion, but now a foul. Will that be on Delaney Smith? Nope, it's on Callie Schultz. Oh, so.
Is that?
Okay, so the last one was on Delaney. That was her first. Now they just have Callie down for 3, so cool. First free throw from Elsie Keller is up and good. She is 7 of 9 from the line tonight. She's the only player in double figures for Ponca. And she goes 7 for 10 from the line with 2:38 to go. 20-point lead for the Tanagers. So you're starting to feel pretty comfortable in a victory. You like to see it. You want to keep their foot on the gas, though. Taylor gets it over to Tessa Nelson.
Yeah, Taylor's still trying to get everybody involved, doing everything she can here. And
Taylor drives it up with the right hand and in. Taylor scores over 40 now tonight. That puts her at 41. And a little floater from the side, no good. Rebound there by Callie Schultz. And that's going to be a foul a foul on Alexa McGee
Good
again.
rebound. Great rebound.
Because of a good rebound by Callie Schultz. I'm sure listeners out there are like, oh, you guys are really heaping on the praise. They are playing really well tonight. And so now this will bring in Chloe Bottleson as Tessa Nelson checks out. Taylor Ruvers checks out for Haley Steenek. So it's Bottleson, Smith, Steenek, Schultz, and Johnson out there. And Ponca got a steal and a score. That was Alexa McGee.
Now Taylor's out, so now they go to a full court trap.
So a minute 45 to go, and Johnson has that stolen away by Ehlers. It's all still starters out there for Ponca. So a minute 38 to go, 20-point lead for the Tanagers, as Taylor's going to finish, I believe, with 41 points on the night. Not a bad night.
Yeah, very impressive. She did a great job on both ends of the court defensively as well, causing a lot of disruption, we'll call it, stealing the ball and get a couple blocks, just getting in the way of the passing lane and creating opportunities on the offensive end like she always does. So,
and creating openings with her dribble drive penetration, her willingness to pop from three. And Keller has now missed 3 in a row, but Ponca got the rebound and foul on the shot. And Lakin Pfister will go to the line now to shoot 2. And that's on Callie Schultz. That's her 4th.
And 5th team foul.
And so Pfister to the line to shoot 2. First free throw for Pfister is up and good. And Pfister makes both. That is now 6 points on the night for her. 18-point lead for Vermillion with a minute 36 to go. And that ball is knocked out of bounds. And another foul, and Pfister will go to the line again.
Yeah, it seems like Ponca changed their aggression and their defensive scheme once Taylor went to the bench. And they went to a full court trap, which is causing Vermillion a little bit more of a headache just because they don't have their number one ball handler out there on the court.
Yep. And Pfister 4 for 4 from the line. She now has 8 points on the night, second leading scorer for Ponca with a minute 32 to go. As Steenek gets the ball into Bottleson. Bottleson gets it over to Smith. Smith is going to get fouled. And so that'll be a foul on Ava Brennan, I believe. And that'll be Brennan's second personal. So Vermillion will inbound at the fresh 35 and a minute 26 to go. Sydney Johnson on the sideline. Gets it into Callie Schultz. Schultz tries to get it down low to Smith, and Smith creates a jump ball, and that'll stick with, go to Ponca. And for some of these girls, this is a chance for them to prove that they belong in that rotation, maybe to help spell Taylor or some of that. And so, because right now you have the starting 5, and then it's Tessa Nelson, Marasia Warren, and Delaney Smith as kind of your main bench players. As coming in now for Vermillion.
Well, the other thing is, the most important thing is being able to have somebody come in and give her a breather.
Exactly. And so Coach Brooks brought in the starters again.
Yeah, they need to try and break the full court trap. That's the biggest thing. We're having trouble inbounding the ball.
Yep. Well, and I think it's just to send a message too. We need you to play well.
Yep.
And so 58 to 43. And McGee misses that one. As Ruvers gets the ball out to Lexi Hansen. Hansen for 3. Ooh, off the back iron. No good. Rebound, Elsie Keller. Minute 6 to go with a 15-point lead for the Tanagers. As Keller goes in, she's going to be fouled by Izzy Richardson.
Good open shot for Lexi. One of those is going to fall eventually. They're going to go. She's got a good shot.
Yep. Oh, no, that was on Shaylin Hinseth. Okay. So Hinseth with her third personal. As Elsie Keller hits that one, she now has 12 points on the night. As Richardson checks out, Sydney Johnson checks in. And Roovers with another rebound. That's 7 on the night for her, according to my book. And
kind of got run over.
Kind of got run over there by Keller. That's going to be Keller's 4th personal, not that it matters at this point. 54.5 seconds to go. Shaylin Hinseth to inbound. As they get the ball over to Taylor. And Taylor is going to be fouled by Alexa McGee. That's McGee's 2nd.
That'll be the 5th.
And that is the 5th team foul, so Taylor gets to go to the line to shoot a couple more. As Coach Brooks pulls all of the Tanagers off the line. First free throw by Taylor is no good. So she's 7 of 9 now. 8 of 10. So Taylor with 42 points on the night. 49 seconds to go. As they kick it out to Ava Brennan for 3. Drains it. That's Brennan's third three. She has 9 points.
Not had many open looks tonight.
And Roovers with a little floater, and she's fouled on the shot. So Vermillion with a 12-point lead. As that is the 5th personal. I said it didn't matter that Keller had 4. Well, now she has 5, and so she is fouled out.
So that does matter.
It does matter a little bit. So first free throw for Taylor, up and good. 9 of 11 tonight from the line. Ten to 12. Taylor with 44 points on the night. Lakin Pfister for 3, no good. Rebound Roovers. So 44 points and 8 rebounds for Roovers. And then you just dribble it out.
I don't know that Ponca's going to try and
no. You can hear the student body for Vermillion saying foul. They want Taylor to. They know Taylor's not going to take a shot. They just want her to get more points. And that will do it. Vermillion will dribble out the ball. 61. Dribble out the clock. 61 to 47. All of that, and they both scored 12 points in that quarter. And so we'll be back. Coach Brooks will eventually come up. We'll be back with some stats. We'll take a look around the state. All that coming up and more. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. On the Mesaba scoreboard, Vermillion wins 60.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion treats you like family. They believe a healthy smile starts with compassionate care. From toddlers to grandparents, their gentle team is here for your whole family. Whether it's a routine checkup or a full smile makeover, they'll keep you comfortable and confident. Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion makes your smile shine. Visit Knutson Family Dentistry online or call today, 605-624-6291.
Fuller Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. This is all part of the First Dakota National Bank postgame show with Chad Peterson. I'm Michael Schumacher. The Vermillion Tanagers come away with a 61-47 victory for their first win of the season. Story of the night, Taylor Roovers with 44 points. I have her down for 44 points. She went 8 for 12 from the free throw line. I also have her down for 8 rebounds. I have her down for an assist. And if you think, well, that doesn't sound like very many, well, a lot of Vermillion's points kind of came on some three-pointers that kind of just moved the ball around. It wasn't necessarily an assist kind of game, but she also had 2 steals and 3 blocks. And if you think, well, geez, nobody else did anything, that would not be the case. If you're just coming in looking at, if you're just box score watching, yeah, you're going to think, wow, this team, the other girls need to get it together. No, every girl that played out there was important tonight. We can start with Izzy Richardson hitting 2 3-pointers tonight. Beautiful shots. And the one was Taylor feeling comfortable enough towards the end of regulation of a quarter to drive and distribute. Pass that out to the corner, and Richardson with the confidence to take it. Not only take it, but to make it. So that was huge. And she also had 5 rebounds. And that 2 blocks and a steal, and just was a pest out there defensively. Lexi Hansen. You know what? Statistically, not a ton. 4 rebounds, though. 2 points. She had a block, but she was just consistent out there.
Yeah, just couldn't get the ball to fall in the hoop.
Yeah.
Had some good open shots. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Exactly. And then Shaylin Hinseth, we've talked a lot about her. She did get a bucket. She had 2 points. She had 6 rebounds. She had a steal. She had an assist. She had a block. And she had a play where she dove on the floor, just showed some aggression and grit, and you love seeing that. And then Callie Schultz, we talked about her a few times. No points, but she did have 5 rebounds, and she was able to help minimize Emerson Ehlers. Ehlers ended up with 4 points, a 6-footer, and those points had to come from the outside. She wasn't able to get anything on the inside.
Nothing on the inside. She really shut her down and did a really good job boxing out. The first half especially, they had no second chance points, no second chance opportunities for offensive rebounds. They just did a good job boxing everybody out and made it just, a half-court game for Vermillion. They did a great job.
They did. And then Tessa Nelson. 5 points tonight, a rebound, a block. But she had a play where Taylor got the pass to her in the corner, and she drove the baseline. We haven't seen anybody else do that other than Taylor willing to drive the baseline. That's huge. Having somebody that's willing to shoot from the outside is great as well, but if you have somebody that they have to then guard closely, that's going to then open it back up maybe for Taylor to be cutting. So a play like that has huge ramifications later on because she wasn't successful, except she drew the foul, and she got to the free throw line, hit 2 free throws. And then you look at Marasia Warren, just a good presence out there when she was out there, and Delaney Smith too. When she's out there with kind of that with the top level varsity, the top rotation, she's not noticeable for making mistakes. She's a steady influence out there. So hopefully you hope somebody can step up, maybe allow Taylor to get a break for a minute or two, just to get a breather, get some water, something. Because I do think she looked a little fatigued, maybe. I could just be reading too much into it, but that's just kind of my take. But otherwise, I thought just a great performance from this team
Yeah,
tonight.
and I think that's what they really need is one more person to step up and be that sixth person off the bench to be able to bring up the ball to give her a breather, because she's probably going to need that as you get into the heart of the conference play and conference season. You're really going to need that.
You really
Speak
are.
of the devil.
We really are. And we have Coach. Who do we have with us? We have Taylor. Jeez. I mean, the least they could have done was given us somebody that actually did something tonight.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Are you able to hear me?
Mhm.
Excellent. Well, Taylor, is this the most points you've scored in a game at the varsity level?
Yes.
I thought so. I thought so. Kind of felt very similar to Elk Point, to West Central. Just you hit a stretch there where you were feeling it from the 3-point line, weren't you?
Mhm. Yeah.
And but tonight, we were talking before you got here that it really feels like if somebody just looked at the box score, it's going to be like, oh, Taylor scored 44 points, this, that, and the other. Everybody played a role tonight. I mean, we were just going through what Izzy did and how big it was that you, at the end of, as the clock was running down in, I can't remember which quarter, but you were able to dribble, drive, and then dish it out to her. She not only had the confidence to take it, but then to make it. How important is that to you that you can trust your teammates that way?
Yeah, we just talked in the locker room about that. Everyone's coming together. I mean, the puzzle pieces are getting put together. Everyone's getting pretty confident with their shooting, and that's what we need. So everyone stepped up tonight, and that was perfect.
Well, and that confidence is huge because we have a 3-game sample, and from game 1 where, boy, just people did not have that confidence at all, to West Central where they had the confidence, maybe shots weren't falling, to tonight where they had the confidence, they took it. There were a couple of other plays. Tessa Nelson, you had a pass down over there from about the 3-point line, kind of cross court. She took it in the corner, willing to drive the baseline. We haven't seen anybody else driving the baseline other than yourself, and that creates a whole different dynamic. Now, it resulted in she drew a foul, hit 2 free throws. It feels like the other players are starting to find their standing, and we've seen this improvement from game 1 to game 2 is always a huge improvement, but from West Central on Tuesday to tonight seems like that same huge step. How are you guys feeling right now? Because honestly, your game is your game. If the rest of your teammates can play like this, and I know they can because we've seen them on JV and stuff, you guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with, aren't you?
Yeah, the big thing really is everyone's maturing and becoming a lot more confident with the ball. I mean, that's what we need. We don't just need me scoring. We need other people, and I can create that for other people. So it was really well tonight.
Well, and how tough was it? Just because that first game, you're coming into it. Yes, there are other sophomores and similar age, but you're coming into it year 4 of playing at this varsity level, playing with a Brooke and a Casey and a Brooklyn and a Madigan and a Maya. That, okay, you're kind of playing at this level, and they haven't played that varsity. It feels like you guys have reached that equilibrium in a hurry. You guys are getting ready to play Sergeant Bluff Luton on Saturday. How nice was it to get this win under your belt?
Yeah, it was really exciting. I mean, it boosts our confidence a lot. I mean, we're just a few buckets away from 3-0, so just keeping that confidence up and everyone staying together. I mean, we're bringing that into Saturday for sure.
Well, and a player that I want to mention, because we talked a lot about Shaylin. Shaylin creates a nice dynamic out there, but while she doesn't have a huge number of stats, Callie Schultz really minimized Emerson Naylors, who's a great athlete, but it was also a good presence. Nobody out there seemed like a weak link tonight. Nobody was like, uh-oh. I felt confident every time anybody was touching the ball, and that is such a huge thing because you have the ball in your hands the most, obviously, but just how comfortable is it knowing that you can now it really feels like you guys can run your offense and run your defense without having to pare anything down.
Yeah, I'm really starting to trust them, and I've always trusted them. They just haven't had the confidence to do it, but they're coming together, and I'm trusting them even more at every game.
And, and I think I know the answer, but the win is the biggest thing. 44 points is nice, but you'd be happy with 4 in a victory, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not
Anything
happy.
for the win.
Yeah, but the win's the big thing, and so getting that under your belt is so big. Well, Taylor, thank you so much for coming up. Really appreciate talking to you. Congratulations. Now, I don't know. Do you know what the most points scored in a game is for?
Oh, it's 44, so I tied it. Missed my free throw to.
Oh, you tied it. Now, who'd you tie? Who was?
I'm not sure, but Brooks just told me that I tied it. So.
Okay. All right. Well, see, you still have more to strive for then, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Taylor, thank you so much for coming up. Really appreciate it. Congratulations on a great game.
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
Have a great night.
You too.
That was Taylor Ruvers again. Tied the school record for points in a game. I'll have to try to track down Coach Brooks and find out who it was. That's always fun. Those things are always fun, especially it wasn't even her trying to get the record.
No, she had no idea.
Yeah, it was just the flow of the game. And so, again, this team needs to, I think, feel really good about this win. I think need to feel really good about this performance. And we're just going to take a quick look around Class A and AA and B in girls action. Where in Class AA, T area defeated Brookings. Sioux Falls, Washington defeated Harrisburg. In Class A, Dakota Valley over Sioux City West. Lakota Tech wins. Mount Vernon Plankinton wins. Phillip beats Stanley County. Rapid City Christian wins. Chester over McCook Central Montrose. Bridgewater Emory over Bonhomme. Wagner by 30 over Trip Delmont Armour. Sioux Valley wins. Lennox wins big. Parkston wins big. Flandreau ekes one out over Beersford. I think Beersford's going to be sneaky good this year. I mean, I think they're going to beat somebody that we don't expect them to. They have been competitive in every game so far. Sioux Falls Christian beat Elk Point Jefferson by 30. And no score update in other games. And then let's just take a look at Class B. All those games still pretty much the finals that we saw earlier. Gayville-Vollen did defeat Andes Central, and Centerville beat Avon 51-23. Ethan over James Valley Christian. And then did want to take a look at boys. Brandon Valley leads Sioux Falls Jefferson by 5 after 3. And Pine Ridge beat Dupree in Class A boys 71-39. Lennox over Madison 37-19 with 1 minute to go in the first half. Macpia-Luta leads Todd County 28-22 at the half. And Baltic defeats Sioux Valley 64-61. And in Sioux Falls Christian, I had that here, leads Elk Point Jefferson at the half 58-15. 58 points in the first half. Wow. Okay. And then in Class B, let's take a look. Bonhomme is losing to Bridgewater Emory 41-23 in the third. Freeman defeats Canastota 62-31. Centerville leads Avon 28-21 at the half. And no score update anywhere else in the area. Well, Chad, what's your takeaway from this game?
I think teamwork. That's the biggest thing. Both ends of the floor, I think Vermillion did a great job limiting Ponca to very few second chance points. Taylor obviously did her thing, but getting everybody else involved, whether it be from, just getting hands in the way, steals, blocks, just creating disruptions. Like you said, it's not always in the box score. I think our bigs down below, Callie, Marisha, Shaylin, they all did a great job. It may not show it in points, but I think those girls are going to be a force to be reckoned with when it comes to getting into conference play and seeing what they can do on Saturday.
I think you're right, because this is a quality, well-coached Ponca team, and it's really just it's not a fluke, it's not a one-off, because like Taylor said, they're just a couple baskets away from having a couple more wins as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That game against Canton went down to the wire. That game against West Central went down to the wire. And West Central, I mean, it took a tremendous performance from Casey Jatan to give West Central that 3-point win. And you could see it as this game went on. having that confidence in her teammates is going to allow Taylor to play a little more free too.
Right.
When you're not taking the whole world on your shoulders, she can play a little bit more free. It gives her the option. It doesn't have to be, okay, I need to dribble drive and I'm going to have to shoot. It's, I've got options.
Well, the nice part about every time down the floor, and you could see every time down the floor, she's looking to pass the ball, looking for opportunities. But there were so many times that they left her unguarded. What are you going to do? She's going to shoot it and she's going to make it.
Yeah, you can't blame her for taking the shot, especially because we know how it goes when she's feeling it.
Yeah.
She's going to hit 6 in a row.
Yeah, you're not going to stop her.
No. And so this was a great game for this Tanager team. You had to love what we saw. They have one more game before the Christmas break, and that is on Saturday against Sergeant Bluff Luton, and that's at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center, part of the Vermillion High School Booster Club Bash. And so, a chance to get back to 500.
Yep.
And that's going to be huge. And then if you're back at 500 and you turn that calendar, feels like everything's still back on the table, and it gives you a chance to get back into the practice arena a little bit, work on some things. And I think it's an exciting time. And I didn't know what to expect coming into the season. I really think both of these teams, boys and girls, are going to be a fun watch and a fun follow.
I think staying healthy is the biggest thing throughout the season. Just make sure everybody takes care of themselves and does not run into any injuries. I think that's the biggest thing, boys and girls.
I think so, too. Well, Chad, this was fun. Hope we can keep doing the home games. I got to learn to actually confirm with you that we're I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, I don't think we actually discussed it for sure.
I appreciate the reminder, too, because I got so many things going on. I never know what day-to-day brings.
So it's going to be a fun season. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in out there on Fox Sports Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Join me tomorrow morning on At the Mic with me, Michael Schumacher, from 7 until 9. I will have Kevin Marshall of FCS Nation Radio on as a main guest. And we'll you know what? I found that I had completed the interview, and then as soon as we hung up, the LJ Phillips news came across. That would have been a great thing to discuss. Well, not a great thing to discuss. It would have been a great discussion point, not a fun thing to discuss in any way, shape, or form. But we kind of had that feeling that
it was coming. Yeah.
Hey, it was a big enough thing that he came back and that he was here this year. But it's always tough. You hate seeing your guys leave.
Yeah.
But I hope he lands somewhere, and I hope he is a success.
I do too, because he's a great running back and just a great kid.
Yep. And if our players can go on to and achieve success at another level, it makes us look like a nice landing spot for somebody wanting to take that step up.
For certain.
So we'll take that. So that's on the At the Mic from 7 until 9 tomorrow morning on Fox Sports Radio. Well, for Chad Peterson, I'm Michael Schumacher. This has been Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on Fox Sports Radio and Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube.